Okay, Zane.
Hello.
Hello. This is
Hello.
so weird. Just looking at your face right now is so weird.
What's wrong with my face?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not your face. Your face is very beautiful.
Thank you.
But I got some questions for Jacob. You're gonna let Jacob out.
Um, Jacob's kind of shy, but I'll bring him out.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I talking to Jacob?
Howdy.
Okay. So the things that brought Jacob to San Antonio, you have a bigger goal. I'm not going to reveal it since we're recording. Uh, and but you have an overall goal, but you're still working on that. But the thing that specifically brought you in is your friend Sergeant Creed needed help.
Yeah, called upon me.
Okay. What do you think you were doing that led for like contact from Sergeant Creed and led you to San Antonio?
Probably on bounty hunting jobs. Maybe I received like a letter.
Yeah, I can see you getting a letter. What do you think? Did you? Where's Jacob from exactly? Like what city? What state?
Jacob's from Montana.
Content this. That's perfect actually. You just gave me such good ideas. Um, Here, hold this teddy bear for this session. You're gonna need comfort.
Okay.
Um,
I'll hold it.
Montana, and just to recap, your biggest regret. You didn't have the strength to save your daughter.
Yeah.
Uh, Now I'm not gonna talk too much about it, what happened, but uh, were you? The only question I'm gonna ask: were you there? Like, did it happen in front of you? Were you just not there? What? Like, where was Jacob during the event?
I was not there. Came back to the homestead and she was gone.
But you still think it's your fault?
Yes, because I wasn't there
Mm-hmm.
for her.
Uh, yeah, you're just in a land that time don't command.
I was so obsessed in my hunting that I forgot about what was important.
Man, I can already see like the tears forming around the edges of your eyes. It's okay, Zane. So, what we're going to be doing this session, we're going to be exploring a little bit of both, like that side of what led you to San Antonio, what led you to the current adventure, what led you to this, band of misfits that almost just got killed. Uh,
And have almost gotten me killed.
yeah, and you almost killed one of them.
That's true.
Um, but that, and we'll be exploring a little bit more than just that. So you said Montana. That's in the Smoky Mountains. No, that's not in the Smoky Mountains, is it?
Montana's the Rocky Mountains,
Montana's the Rocky Mountains.
I believe.
Okay.
Smoky Mountains, Louisiana.
The Rocky Mountains are really nice. Like they're pretty. Yeah. We should take a vacation there.
I agree.
Okay. So we'll start. Where do I want you to start? You weren't far off of San Antonio before you decided to make your way there. You were probably around the New Orleans area. You know that there's a bunch of weird stuff happening in the Caribbean islands now with Cuba and recent events with your good friend Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wild sentence.
It's quite wild.
But yeah, you've been out doing jobs. You specifically bounty hunt. Do you do anything else other than rough riding?
Used to.
Okay. Now it's just it's a job that you know well, and there's a specific person you're hunting.
Jacob can catch the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Or most of them, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Let's say you're following up on you're working on a job right now to bring in a guy named uh I say Sylvester Sleuth. That's it, not his real name, of course. It's just the name the law has given him.
Alias.
Yeah, alias. His name's Sylvester Sleuth. Uh, you found his bounty. Thing you know is that this man used to run in the same gang as uh, what's his name? Um, Sam. It's he's the guy who, you know, way back when did the
Bad man.
bad man, bad man,
Uncatchable.
bad boy,
Seemingly uncatchable.
seemingly uncatchable. You haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, you this is a good lead, first good lead you've had in a long time. Last good lead you had was down in Phoenix on a train, uh, but after that, nothing. Um, So we'll start with you carousing the streets of New Orleans. You just came off Bourbon Street onto one of the more downtrodden alleys that with like you've seen like the fancy architecture, like the balconies and like all the unique like French designs and all that. Even more so than you've probably seen because it was like before all the flooding, and this is like when the history was coming to the city. No one goes to New Orleans now at this point in time and goes, oh, it has such rich history because it is in the making of history. Um, yeah, the designs are a staple of the United States and like its diversity. Of course, there's like huge cities like New York, but that's nothing like showing all the kinds of cultures that come to the United States. It's what America's supposed to be, right, Jacob?
Yes. Absolutely.
um, and you, it's your first time in the city. I'll say that. You know that you're going down this alley, and you know Sylvester Sleuth is supposed to be uh, arriving at this kind of bar a bit further out later tonight. You know exactly the time he's going to be there, uh, but as of right now, you just have time to kill in the city. Uh, Personal connections wise, I don't think you know many people here. What does Jacob do in a town that he's never been in before?
I guess I could scout the bar.
Scout the bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna scout the bar.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, as you make your way through the alleys, like you pass a couple of like people clung to a friend maybe, kind of waddling on by, holding their gut, like, "Ooh, oh man, ooh, ooh, that tasted like garbage, dude." They don't use the word dude.
I can see the picture though.
hmm
Some drunks.
Yeah, what we would be in, New Orleans.
Yeah.
But yeah. And as you pass by, you walk through alley there, alley that, hit the main street, and uh, go down to the bar. It's kind of from your informant, you were leaked the information that there's the actual bar, and then they have like a basement downstairs where they let unsavory sorts go down and talk and exchange information.
Kind of like underground, maybe like a casino type thing. Maybe they play card
Kind
games.
of, maybe.
And other
You know it's down
underground
there.
activities.
Yeah, you've seen the sorts. You know what to expect, but you haven't seen this exact place yet. But you're on the outside now. You said you want to do a perception check.
Yes.
Okay, let's make your roll. And Jacob Wood. These one-on-ones have been so good because I just like have to click on one tab. I don't have to switch in between like every 5 seconds. But
Stick on the one. Let's see. Eyes. That'd be a good solid 5.
I think it's a good starting ground.
Yeah. I'm doing this for law reasons, so I know democracy and freedom would definitely apply here. Cavalrymen, especially. So that's 9. Sharp-eyed. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
10, 11. Could say reliable.
I can see reliable.
Because Jacob's not. He's got them reliable eyes.
These eyes are so reliable, man.
I mean, they ain't gonna fail him.
Okay, I can see reliable being used.
That's like 11.
Yeah.
Let's see. Perhaps a good try to use always got to be better. But I think I might only be able to use the 11 there. I don't know if I could justify always got to be better for this.
Yeah, there's not anyone that you're like competing against right now or anything like that. So 11, your risk is a 6. So it's not that bad. Da, da. Here's your keyboard. See, it's a nice keyboard. Oh,
I didn't put it in a reason. It's okay.
but that's the funny ha.
Okay. We gotta have the ha-ha.
We gotta have the ha ha.
Okay.
You can't go without the ha ha.
I mean, you can, but that's crazy. It's insane.
All I saw was in this bitch.
You said risk was
6, yes. You get Sylvester Stallone in this
I
bitch.
cannot believe I failed this. I cannot believe.
Look, it's whatever. You get the experience point. I've been letting everyone take their experience points from the one-on-ones, so
That's good.
yeah, go ahead and add that.
Wow.
You're a little bit low leveled, you fool. You gotta fail more.
I don't fail often. Okay.
Don't expose me as a Dragon Age weeb, Zane.
That's okay. Dragon Age is...
Yeah, you try to get a scope around. The alleys are very, like, the right side is, like, kind of a conglomerate with another building, so you can't really go down that alley to see what the right side of the building looks like. The left side has windows, but the curtains are kind of just drawn shut. Like, you see people going in and out, but other than that, you really don't notice anything.
I guess I could try and go inside.
Yeah, you could just straight up walk inside. You have about an hour or two to kill before he's going to be there, but, like, you could kill the time in there. He's not expecting anybody here. Your informant is someone who sold stuff to him, and he's only told you.
I'm going to go inside.
Okay, so yeah, it has like those nice, like, not like saloon doors, but it's like double doors that push out like inward like that. And as you like walk in, there's immediately just like music playing. Someone's over at a piano to the right. You hear laughing. You hear like disgruntled yelling. You hear all sorts of noises, all sorts of ranges of emotions inside the bar. It's very nice and brightly lit, as opposed to like the night that is only lit by like some shrouds of moonlight that come through the cloudy sky. It's supposed to be a storm coming in the next week or so, so the clouds been, gathering. And as like the camera kind of focuses on like the double doors blasting open and taking all that information in, and Jacob walks in, they kind of swing back closed after you walk in, and immediately the camera like kind of sees you kind of come out of double doors similar to that, but instead of in the streets of New Orleans, you're now in the streets of your hometown in Montana.
Oh, okay.
And how old was Jacob around the time his daughter was alive again?
Jacob was probably in his like 30s.
In his 30s?
Yeah, like early.
Yeah,
30s.
so we constantly see Jacob with some nice gray hair. So now, what color was his neck? Was it like a nice black? Was it kind of like brownish blonde?
Definitely like a good brown blonde mix.
Okay, what kind of demeanor? Like, what is it? Does his fashion change at all in the past?
I mean, he's always worn like definitely like the shirt and the vest, like pants kind of style. Maybe at the time he wore a duster.
Back in the wild days, the dusters were in back then. Okay, understand.
That was fashion at the time.
Every good cowboy had a duster.
Every good American.
If my president didn't wear a duster, he wasn't my president.
Absolutely.
um, yeah. You were in a range of different I guess kind of jobs. Like you didn't just do bounty hunting.
Not at the time, no.
You know your brother's supposed to visit later today. He's coming into town. Uh, um, what's his name? Fuck, Leonard. Is That's such a geeky name, but I look.
Leonard, he's important.
He's important. He's supposed to visit later today. Um, and he it's the first time you've seen him in a while. Uh, what's Jacob doing? You just exited. I say a general store to pick up a bunch of stuff. What kind of stuff would you pick up? Just general groceries. Anything special for your brother's visit?
I guess I have a box of cigars, as well as some
Cuban.
No.
Damn it.
I acquired those Cuban cigars after I visited Cuba.
Oh yeah.
So those were war trophy.
Oh,
Cuban
so they're like
cigars.
special occasion type shit.
Yeah.
Man, how many do you have of those?
I'm gonna say like five.
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
There's gonna be like 7 finale things. Anyways,
there may be some leftover cigars after the finale.
Oh.
But it just depends on how that goes.
That made me sad.
Other than that, just like the general groceries and maybe some like glass jars of milk,
Oh yeah.
some bread.
Everyone likes a good loaf of bread. You were given a small list by your wife. What's your wife's name again? You told me before. I can look it up in our Discord DMs.
I'm pretty sure it was Sadie.
Sadie, that sounds right, because I remember me and you were talking about
a Red Dead.
So I'm just going to type that out in chat, so if I need to look, I can. Yeah, Sadie's my favorite Red Dead character. And we also stated your daughter's name, but it's probably buried in my notes by now. Do you remember that?
Lucille.
Lucille. Oh. So, by the way, before you created Jacob Wood, you were going to create a character with the last name Miller, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been funny because we had a Lucy Miller, and that would have made her Lucille Miller.
It would have been a little confusing.
Yeah. Yeah, you pick up the groceries. You get scolded every time you forget something by Sadie. You know better than to make the wife at home mad.
Absolutely.
Anything special that you pick up from maybe Sadie?
Only person I'm actually scared of. It's my wife.
That's fair. Jacob fears no man, but his wife, that's a woman he fears.
This is true.
So yeah. Sadie's at home. Lucille is at home. She's not too old. What age is she? Was she?
At the time, I want to say 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah, range.
Okay. Yeah. They're both at home. You've been working on like a new little swing set in the backyard on a tree. You've been trying to make it really special for Lucille. And Sadie has been knitting some blankets for the guests coming soon because Leonard is bringing his wife, and he has some kind of offer for you. That's all he wrote to you in your letter, and that's why he's visiting. Yeah. You just gonna head straight home, or anywhere you want to stop?
Yeah, I'm gonna head home. I got the groceries I need to, bring them back before the wife gets upset. I've been out too long.
You live I always describe places in America as towns in this campaign, but if anything was supposed to be a charming village, this is where Jacob's hometown is. It is so nice. Like it's built kind of like into the mountains where it slopes up, and then there's like a huge flat area. And like it's built kind of there, and a little ways off there's a cliff. that way, and then you can round around the mountain for like a huge valley that where you and your little homestead is. Are you googling something, an image
Yes.
of what you imagine it to be? Here, you want to Google? Oh.
It probably would be.
If you want to send it on the Discord, I'll pull it up on the Discord.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty close. Send it on the Discord or DM it to me so no one's like, huh? um,
Got you.
yeah. Yeah, pretty much like that. Like, out here and around the bend, there's that valley I was talking about in between the two mountains where you keep like a. Have you ever seen Skyfall?
Yes.
It's like the Skyfall Lodge.
I see.
That's where your homestead is. Except not as like ginormous.
Maybe not as
Yours is a lot
fancy.
more modest.
Sure.
You don't need anything big and fancy, but uh, as you head through like the streets of the town, um, you see like some people like throwing like big pantaloons and shit out the window to like maybe dust them off and set them out to dry. And some like you hear a man go, "Jacob, is that you?
Who is that calling my name?
It's Bill. Holy shit, we never see you come down to town anymore. What's going on?"
Bill. I had to get some. I had to get some groceries. I have my brother visiting soon.
Wife locks you up and now she lets you out finally? Is that it?
Special occasions only. You know how it is.
And then you hear from the background, "Bill, you better get your fucking ass in." No, she doesn't curse that bad, but you better get your ass back in here. And, you recognize that as Bill's wife. Bossier than Sadie somehow. But less beautiful also. So
Of course.
you got like the better demeanor and the beauty. As in like a 1-2 combo. Um, but as you head back through the town, you don't. Did you bring any of the horses from the farmstead? Argus doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Well, I brought it's a black horse. His name's
Do you have like
Alex.
Alex?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna go with like the Greek, like naming all your horses like Greek names and stuff. But yeah, Alex. You brought Alex. I assumed that you kind of hitched him outside the general store. Or you're not like super attached to Alex,
No,
are you?
he's not the same.
No, you haven't felt the love for another mammal like that yet.
No. Alex is purely a workhorse.
Damn. Can't besmirching a man, or not a man, I guess a thing named Alex like that. That's dirty. But yeah, as you can probably saddle up on him after you kind of undo his hitch, and you have probably like a sack that you're keeping all of the groceries in, and you could be on your way. It's not that long of a ride out to the homestead, and you don't get to spend this much time home usually. This is like you've been here for about a month. You haven't been out having to work because you got a good like catch last time you were out. And as you head home, like you make that bend around the mountain to where it kind of like it goes downhill for a while, and then at the base of the like it's not like a steep hill. It's like kind of like a slight
slope.
Yeah. As you head down towards that, we see your homestead at the base, and we see like a little stables off to the left, and a nice little modest cabin in the center, and a single tree on the backyard that's nice, full and green. And you see smoke coming from the chimney. Probably Sadie getting ready to cook. You're just gonna head straight down and walk in.
I guess yeah. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna ride my horse up to the homestead, maybe hitch it outside.
Okay.
And proceed inside with the groceries.
Okay. So, as you walk inside with the groceries, we again like the camera kind of watches you walk inside and freezes, and then it kind of starts pulling back, and then we see that the image of the lodge and everything that's there, instead of it being your homestead, it's an image of a very similar lodge in a painting on the wall of the bar that you walked into in New Orleans.
Oh, fancy.
I know. I
Very
like that
nice.
transition. That might have been my favorite transition I've
That's a
done.
good one right there. I'll say
Thank
that.
you. I don't want to jack my own dick, you know.
I'll
But thank
check
you
it
for
for
jacking
you.
my dick for.
Anyway,
uh, um, yeah. As you walked in this bar, you noticed all that commotion. You, like I said, you have time before Sylvester comes in. What do you do during your time?
can I tell this place is this place run by shady individuals? Is that an outward thing?
Like the knowledge that you have, like the what you've been told lets you notice some small details, like the fact that the bartender took cash from this person and didn't give anything back, stuff like that, small things like that. uh but if you didn't have that previous knowledge, you would never guess. Like
So it
the workers seem happy. The actual restaurant area and the tables and everything are well kept. The bar is nice and clean. It's not scuzzy.
okay.
There's like some stairs that go up and kind of like balcony off, and this like the bar is right here, and then the main area is over here, and then like up there some tables and shit, and then you see like a room that goes like off into the back where you presume that basement area is supposed to be.
Um, is there any kind of guard standing near the entrance of said basement area?
You can't you
Kind
can
of
see
like
that room to the back. You don't exactly see where the entrance to the basement area
okay.
is.
I guess I'm going to approach the bar itself and order a drink.
Okay. You just gonna there's only one stool free. That's how packed this place is. To give you an idea, out of like a row of 12 stools by the bar. Do you take the seat of the stool? Do you just sit like the end of the bar?
I'll take the stool.
Yeah. As you sit down, you see like about like a 30-year-old bartend like bar. Is there like a specific name for a female bartender? Bartentress? Bar. A female bartender. Is kind of taking orders, and she's laughing as like a bunch of men kind of huddle together, like in like one here, and then one sitting like I am, and like you see that they're like flirting with her. How about you get us more than just a drink? And they all laugh like it's a hilarious joke, and she laughs with them just to keep them here and act like she's actually falling for it or something. And she like holds up 1 second. Got a new customer, and she walks over to you. What can I get you?
Just give me some straight whiskey.
Straight whiskey. Preferred brand? Don't drop the bear.
Jack.
The Jack?
Yeah.
Jack. Straight Jack? Ice on the rocks?
Straight. Nothing in it.
Okay. She kind of reaches down and pulls out like a whiskey glass and puts a stout on the bar and then starts I wish I had like an actual cup and water so I can make the sound effect. But small sacrifices. But
as she's pouring it, I want to pull out a cigar, light a match, and light my cigar.
yeah, I mean, there's like no rules against smoking. There's tons of people smoking. She kind of looks at you and she's like, "An older fellow like you smoking those? I don't know if that's quite safe for your lungs."
If I was worried about it being safe for me, I wouldn't be here in this town.
Fair point. Damn. Touche. So what are you in this town for?
Just visiting.
Visiting in a dangerous town like this?
Well, I got a buddy who wound up in some trouble. That's all I'll say.
Okay. We don't see many of your type. Are you wearing any like outwardly like I am working with the law kind of clothing, or like maybe a badge or anything?
Uh, that's what the duster's for.
The to hide that? Are you still wearing the duster nowadays?
At this point,
Okay,
yes.
at this point, I will say this is like right before the main campaign.
Okay, maybe
I
not.
mean, I'd like the idea of you wearing the duster.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, we don't see too many mysterious figures coming to the bar like you.
Like I said, my friend got in some trouble, came into town to help him out.
Who's your friend? Maybe I know him.
Don't think you do. Sorry.
Try me.
Lady, I recommend you mind your own.
She like puts both hands up. Okay, okay. Uh, just trying to make conversation. And
Nothing personal.
she kind of pushes your drink over to you and puts the jack back behind the bar, like under a little bit, and she walks back over to the easy pickings, the ones that will fall for her questions and guys. Um, uh, and as you sip your drink, anybody, I mean, there's like group over there being rowdy. There's a bunch of like lone people sitting at tables, kind of like obviously shady. Like then, like I said, that you see some people like dropping like looks like payloads or something off behind the bar, and then some like she'll kind of look at it and every now and then take it from behind the bar and bring it back to the back room.
um, I'm gonna pretend to not notice it for now because I don't want any trouble before. I don't want to risk anything before my target arrives.
That's fair. You don't want to risk anything before your target arrives.
Jacob's is a man on a mission. Uh, the wolf doesn't give up the hunt.
Okay, how much do you drink during your wait?
I'll drink 2 glasses.
A straight liquor. Make a Constitution check. See how well you take your liquor.
Okay. How am I gonna constitute? Let's see. What's that gonna be a base stat of?
Uh, we've
Mind, I suppose.
we've done this before, and I believe we used bone. I mean, either way, it would be mind or bone. You can choose, which it's the same. So,
Okay, so that I know my brother wouldn't be getting drunk on the job. Not wasted in any case. So I'm thinking maybe I can argue for always gotta be better in this sense.
yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that explanation. What else?
Like I said, this is related to law, so I think democracy and freedom can apply here. That'd be 9. Cavalrymen. We drink
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
out in the field.
yeah.
So I think that could apply well. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 11 or 13 for reliable because reliable.
Yep.
Don't think sharp-eyed can really apply here.
No. Damn it, no negatives. Yeah, I mean the risk is gonna be a 5.
Okay. So 13
Yeah,
versus 5.
13 versus 5. Mama ain't raised no bitch.
Yeah.
You gonna change it? Nice. Okay. Yeah, like not only do you take the liquor, it's not like you're sipping on it or anything. You fucking down that shit, and it's a glass. It's not shots or anything. You take it like it's a shot, but it's a full ass glass. Um. Yeah, but as you kind of down that second one behind you, I'd like to say that the stool that you're sitting at, if the camera's like facing you, right behind you. It kind of like pans up a little bit. Sylvester walks in as he just kind of, and you can like probably as the everyone keeps walking in, you hear the doors open behind you. You probably turn around to look at every single one of them. Anything you do as you see Sylvester walk in, he has kind of like a he has a glass eye in his right eye, and he has like a very like nicely trimmed beard that meets with his mustache and hair that kind of parts in the center and goes off behind his ears, kind of like Arthur Morgan's hair, but it's like raven black.
Could I roll a perception check to see if I were to confront him here, if he would have help?
I will say you don't have to do that because around him is about 3 goons.
Okay, so like people that came with him.
Yes.
Okay.
So you know for sure those 3.
I'm gonna keep calm and kind of just keep an eye on him to see what he does.
Okay. Um. Yeah. As you do that, he walks straight. Like he's not looking at you, but he's walking straight in your direction. And as he kind of walks closer and closer and closer, he makes like a wave, and then like in the corner of your eye, you see the bartender wave back, and he steps up and kind of leans in like between you and the stool beside you. He's like, "I'll have a Jack, full glass, please." And the bartender goes, "Got it right there, just for the customer beside you." And he kind of looks over to the right. Good drink choice.
Yeah, it's a personal favorite of mine.
Personal favorite of mine too. He kind of uh he kind of bends his hat down a little bit, like as in good taste kind of thing, and he puts both his arms next on the bar and starts sipping on his whiskey. His goons kind of spread out and start talking to some people around the bar, but he's right there beside you all alone.
Well, you come in here often?
Uh, First time actually.
Really? Same for me as well.
Hmm. Say, are you from the city?
I'm not from around these parts.
Hmm. Sure blend in well.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not.
You know, the French are classy. They dress well.
Can't say I think too kind of the
Damn.
foreigners.
You remember when I said like he makes some racist remarks? Ah, I see. I see. Hmm. He kind of downs the rest of his drink and kind of slams his cup into the table. And as he slams the cup in the table, the camera kind of follows the cup and watches it as a like a top-down view. And as he slams it down, uh, the camera actually sees a full glass of what appears to be water. As we're back in your lodge, uh, the sun's starting to set a little bit. Leonard just came in, and the table's all nice and set. You guys are eating a nice plated dinner. What's Jacob's favorite meal? What do you think Sadie has cooked up for him?
Jacob's definitely a steak kind of guy.
Steak. Dang. That's expensive, man.
Like you said,
Okay.
he got
Okay.
a good catch.
What about side dish? That is true. Side dish? Mashed potatoes.
Definitely those mashed potatoes and green beans.
Ooh, that is a good ass meal. That makes me hungry. You can tell we're Southern, Zane.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, a nice glass of water for everyone at the table. with a plate of steak, green beans. You can tell like a couple people are still making their plate. You and Leonard have already sat down. Lucille is the first to sit down, just because Sadie made her plate first. You can see her steak is like cut in small little bitty pieces, and then the final one to sit down is your wife Sadie, and she sits down right beside you. Lucille's like off to the left a little bit around the corner of the table. Then she's right here, and then you have Leonard on the other side of you. It's been too long. You don't write often, Jacob.
Said you had something you wanted to talk to me about?
We can hold that off till after dinner at least.
Well, I'm a busy man, Leonard.
Yeah, but you gotta save some time for family, right?
Well, like I said, I'm a busy man, and I've got a family of my own now. And it's a little hard to keep track of everything sometimes.
Okay.
But definitely, Jacob's gonna seem kind of uncomfortable talking with his brother.
Yeah, he kind of adjusts himself in his seat, starts cutting his steak, and takes a bite. Look, trust me, it'll be better when me and you can get some privacy to talk about it.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna eat my dinner now.
Look, dinner time's a good time for stories. What's bounty hunting been like?
Oh, you know, it's the same old thing with everyone. Everyone thinks they're smart enough to get away.
I'll describe a little bit of how he's dressed real quick. He just started some kind of like new like what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, I'm the one who would know the word, being military boy, but he just started like a new regiment of like in the military for the United States. Another thing, like, oh fuck, he's trying to one up me kind of thing, and he's in the new uniform, like the tight suspenders, the nice like bandolier and everything, and then he has a nice tan hat that he took off and hung up when he walked in, along with a nice jacket that had like a nice kind of metal with two rifles crossing each other that said Rough Riders, like rough on top, Riders on bottom, adorned on the right chest. And he takes another big bite of his steak. Man, I wish I had the fortitude to be out there isolated bounty hunting like you do.
Well, I can't. It ain't much. And it's honest work.
Honest work is honest work. It's most you can pray for. You see Lucille kind of looks at you and she goes, Dad, I need a second. Dad, did you see the painting I made?
Did I?
No, you haven't looked at it yet.
You made a painting?
Yeah, she like looks, she pulls back her hand and she like kind of points at the table and exposes like you had some like hand squeezed ketchup, and she kind of made like a little like stick man with like two stick men, one with really long hair and one with short hair, and ketchup on the table.
Why, hell, Lucille, you might make yourself an artist one day.
Oh. She like shakes her head yes eagerly.
I'm gonna kind of like rub her head.
And Sadie looks over and is like, "Why don't you stop putting food on the damn table? Put it in your mouth instead."
I would say to leave her alone. She's just a kid.
Teaching her bad habits though ain't no way to raise a child.
She'll learn.
Sadie just shakes her head, giving up, because like Sadie's, I mean not Sadie, but Lucille's a daddy's girl. She's gonna get her way.
Jacob's normally a hard ass, but
Lucille.
when it comes to Lucille, he's a big old softie.
Um, uh, yeah, Leonard across the table looks at the entire situation, cuts another piece of steak, and how's Lucille's schooling been going?
Yeah, she seems to be doing pretty all right.
Okay.
She's learning that book reading.
Yeah. I say at this point, you guys kind of both take your last bites of dinner, and he kind of sits back a little bit in his chair and puts the plate up in front of him. And he's like, "Whew, Jacob, you got yourself a good one. She's a better cook than Mom ever was." You look pissed.
I'm just gonna kind of give him like I'm kind of like looking down, but I'm also kind of looking at him.
Oh yeah,
Kind of,
that stink,
you know
like
look.
the like disappointed, like, yeah, I know what
And
look you're talking about.
I'm gonna like kind of just finish up my. I'm gonna take a bite and take my plate away.
Okay. Would you like to step outside and talk about what I came here for?
Yeah, I'll meet you out there in just a moment. As I'm just gonna be putting up like my plate things.
Yeah, as you walk out, you see like he kind of pulls out a cigar from his pocket and starts to light it as he opens the door and walks out.
I guess I'll follow him outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to say, by the way, Leonard is like almost a spitting image of you, except he's just a little bit taller, maybe like an inch or two taller than you. And he has like a little bit more handsome face and just a little bit more fair skin.
A little bit better.
Just a little bit better and just a little bit of everything.
Always seems to be just a little bit ahead of me all the time.
Yeah.
Everything I do.
Yep. Just a little bit. And you said you're gonna walk out as soon as you get all the plates and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, you noticed that he left his plate on the table, by the way.
I'll put his plate away.
Sadie, like, kind of working on, like, putting the plates with you. She kind of looks up at you as you grab his plate and is like, you know, every time he comes here, you guys always wave your dicks around trying to prove who's a bigger man. He bragged. Go ahead.
I don't want to talk about Leonard with you. You know how I feel about this.
Yeah,
Just wait for him to leave.
I know how you feel, but you're gonna brag about something. He's gonna brag about something, and you're gonna be talking about it for the next week.
Let me go see what he's got to say.
Okay. Yeah. As you put the plates away and walk out into the now night air, as the guys kind of were talking, the sun was setting, but now like the night has overtaken, and again, it's similar to the night in New Orleans. It's nice and cloudy, so there's only like some gleams of moonlight as it passes through the clouds. Ooh, had a burp. Sorry.
It's okay. It happens.
This is totally unprofessional. I'm sorry. But yeah, as you walk out, you see fucking Leonard sitting there smoking a cigar, and he kind of is to the side of you, and he kind of notices you walk out and canters off his entire body to face you.
I'm gonna light up a cigar as well.
Is it gonna be like slightly bigger?
Yes. That's why I went to the store to get the. I went and got the fancy cigars.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, as you light up your cigar, he breathes out a puff of smoke. It looks a little bit bigger than it should be, probably due to the cold air of the night, combined with the smoke. And he looks at you. You know, up north, I don't know if you hear about the conflict going down south much, do you?
Yeah, the news of that kind of thing doesn't reach us very often up here.
Well, have you heard anything about Cuba recently?
Cuba? What's Cuba got to do with us?
They're starting to challenge our claim to land around here.
Oh, really?
And no one in the government wants to take an early reaction. That's why, and he points to his little decoration with the two rifles crossed, I'm gathering some men. Some men who believe in our country.
You're asking for my help.
It wasn't my idea.
Oh, of course it wasn't.
He kind of shakes his head. Teddy insisted that I come down and ask.
Oh, Teddy, huh? I haven't talked to him in a while.
He's my second in command.
Well, Teddy's asking. Duty calls.
Okay. As I said, I'd ask. We're down south, down in the Rocky Mountains, okay? Not the Rocky Mountains, the Smoky Mountains, okay? I'll get you directions, but I'll give you a week to say goodbye to your family, okay?
Jacob's gonna kind of like take a big, like a big hit off of his cigar. He's gonna kind of put it away and look at it, and he's gonna be like, "How long am I gonna be gone, Leonard? Be straight with me. You know I got a family here."
I know you got a family, I know. Another reason why I didn't want to come down here and ask you, but again, Teddy insists. Teddy has a way with words. Somehow he always convinces people.
Oh, I know.
But it could be years. I'll be straight with you.
No, my daughter's only 8 years old.
He shakes his head, yeah. Time really does fly, doesn't it?
Jacob's gonna take another long drag off the cigar.
First time I've seen her in 8 years.
Well, no, I don't like leaving them behind like this. Not for this long. Going out on a bounty for a week or so is a different story. A couple years, it's a little harder.
A couple years of your time, a lifetime for them to be safe.
I'm gonna kind of take one last really long drag off my cigar, and I'm gonna kind of like stub it out.
Okay.
I'll do what I gotta do. Let's hurry up and whoop them so I can come back to my family.
As he takes his last drag and kind of flicks his cigar away, he reaches out his hand for a handshake. And as the hands... Man, for those who can't see at home, me and Zane are actually shaking hands. This is the magic of in-person role-playing. Oh my god. Anyways, but as the camera kind of focuses on the two hands clasped together, yeah, I can keep holding on to that. As the camera focuses on the two hands clasped together, we flash back to a scene of two people arm wrestling down the bar from you, and you just saw him kind of clang his glass against the table and walk away, like kind of signaling all of his men around the room, and he's heading for that door to the back.
I'm gonna This is tough. I'm making big decisions right here. Because if I let them go in there, then I can only assume there'll be more goons in there.
That's the assumption. I will say another thing is that they don't really abide by a solid uniform also.
Yeah.
So you can't really make out, is this person a goon, is this person a goon?
This is tough.
Gotta make a choice.
Yeah. I'm gonna let him walk.
You gonna let them walk in?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The group walks past into the back room, and you don't see any of them stick around or like stay by the doorway or anything. They all just kind of disappear into the back room. You can't really see further in to know if they're in the basement or what they're doing now.
I'm gonna wait about like 15, 20 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna slowly get up and walk that way.
Okay. Yeah. Are you gonna walk in the back room?
Yeah.
The only person that really seems to like look at you as you walk through the back room. Actually, make a stealth roll. The key to getting in anywhere is just walking in confidently enough.
I mean, maybe. Okay, let's see. So, what would stealth meant the base stat be?
For stealth base,
And this is like, I mean, it's not really like stealth. It's more like more like a I belong doing this.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
it's an acting thing. It's a performance, so I'd say blood.
Okay. So 3 for that. Always got to be better. I know my brother would be able to keep this cool here. I think I can do better than that.
Okay.
So 8. Law thing.
Yeah, you're doing this for law.
So 9 there. Cavalrymen obviously would be able to keep their head on in tense situations. So I think that could be like 12 there.
Okay, 12.
I'm going to argue for sharp-eyed right this time because I'm going to perceive anyone trying to watch me do this and see like if I can, just navigate the nuances of just moving into the back room properly.
Okay. Yeah, so that works. Yeah. You know the exact time to strike, so yeah, I'll allow that.
Reliable doesn't seem to work here.
No.
So that's 14.
Oh, that guy seems reliable. We don't have to worry about him. I'll allow that.
That's 14.
14 risk of 6. You're more than double your risk. You got this. That would have been bad. Okay. Yeah, you kind of eyeball the only person that really probably that you know of would have probably looked at you suspicious was the bartender for sure, and you notice a couple other people that were watching the back room with extra special attention than the others, and you wait till the bartender is ducked down serving someone a drink, and you slip back there. and you kind of time it. You wait for that perfect time where everyone's just something happened that caught everyone else's attention. So, like there was that arm wrestle earlier. It's been going on for 15 fucking minutes. Finally, someone goes, and then everyone looks that way, and you slip into the back right at that instant. You're met with like kind of a kitchen. Uh, it's empty, which is a weird thing. It's an empty kitchen, and it's not very big. It's probably about the same size as this room that we're in right now. But there's like a island in the center where a bunch of cooking equipment is. I don't know what this.
Knives.
It's a hibachi grill.
Hibachi Louisiana bar.
Oh, just the classics.
Yep. It's that mixing of cultures. American way.
But yeah, and there's like a bunch of cabinets and shit. There's a big ass rug along the back side of the room, but it's empty and there's no other doors or there's not even a window. Cause you know that this wall would be hitting another building. That wall over there would just lead back to the restaurant. This wall over there would hit a building, and that wall over there is where you just came from.
Doorways. Is there like another doorway?
There's not another doorway.
So I just entered the kitchen.
You just entered the kitchen. That's completely empty.
I see. So there must be some kind of secret passage of some sort.
Perhaps.
I guess I'm gonna roll a perception check for it.
Yeah. Out of everything I mentioned, what are you specifically looking at? Depending on your answer. I mean, I might make you do it without. I might give it to you without rolling if you say the correct thing.
I'm looking at the island.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay, so eyes, easy, 5. I think always got to be better can apply here for similar reasons as earlier.
Oh yeah.
10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, sharp-eyed. I guess 16.
16? Okay, your risk, say 6 again.
Okay.
I thought that for a second you put super duper seizure from the angle I was looking at it. Super duper secret passageway? Yeah, so you notice like while you're looking at the island, your foot kind of brushes and moves the rug a little bit as you're kind of rounding the island, and when the rug kind of pushes around, just like the slightest bit of a corner of a hatch is exposed, and your eyes immediately shoot to that, and as you kind of pull back the rug, you see the hatch. Hatch that goes straight down.
You gotta be careful about how I approach this. And obviously, I want that man alive.
Yeah, the bounty is for alive, not dead.
And not only that, that's how I'm gonna get the information.
Yeah. So if you want your money, if you want your information, you gotta capture him.
At least it's harder. I can't just toss a Molotov down the hole.
Good luck.
Close the hatch. Because that's
just sit on top of it.
That's what I was gonna do if I didn't have to keep him alive. But I'm like, man, I gotta do that. So.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, I know he's a bad boy, and obviously the people he associates with would be bad boys, but.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was your foot.
You're rubbing me the wrong way.
I didn't mean to rub your foot like that, bro. It's not gay, bro.
Okay, we'll rub feet later. Anyway, I'm gonna peek.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna open it and peek, I guess.
You see, it kind of, so it has like an immediate drop, like no stairs or anything, not even a ladder. But there's like a shimmer of like a fire lit that's lighting up a passage as it kind of like drops down to a square box like this, and then kind of tunnels off in that direction.
Okay, Okay, so I can't see anything except just
No,
the.
just the fact there's a tunnel. You don't hear voices or anything. Also,
I guess I have to go in.
yeah. I mean, you can.
Close the hatch and kind of pull the rug over it so it doesn't look suspicious.
Yeah. So as as you get everything down there, like we see as you kind of like shut the hatch, the camera stays there, and you see the bartender kind of look in the back room like must be imagining things, and you drop into like I said, it tunneled off. It is like a dark tunnel with like lights every now and then, but there's like a good few feet of just darkness in between the candles that are lit. Uh, these are. It looks like these were carved by like city architects for some reason, as like it's just perfectly shaped. A little bit ways forward, it starts going down in a curve and
Definitely looks
stairs
like
like
a
this.
professional job.
It looks like a professional job. It doesn't look like a bunch of criminals, low lives, would have did something like this on purpose. But like in front of you, it kind of just looks like it starts spiraling down.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
I guess I'll follow the path. Wait, I'm gonna do a perception check for traps.
I mean, my rule is if there's nothing there, I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Okay.
You're good. There's no obvious traps.
Okay. No,
If there's anything like oh this might kill the character, I'll be like roll perception check. Everyone's like huh? But yeah, you make it down the steps. I assume are you just taking a slow approach with like your revolver drawn?
trying to decide if there's any way I can spin it that I'm supposed to be down there if I encounter someone. Because if I have my revolver drawn, it's probably not going to be like that. They'll probably immediately know this guy's bad news. So I'm just gonna have my like hand like on my hip where my gun is, ready to draw it, but not with it like out, like obvious with obvious intentions to attack someone.
Okay. Okay. So yeah,
Just to have my options.
as you start getting closer, you hear echoes of voices, like kind of clamoring off the walls of the tunnels. They're too far away. It sounds like, you know, like that garble that you get from far, echoey voices, like whoa, 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 stuff like that. That's all you hear at the moment. But I'll say as you get closer to the bottom, you see a room. Probably, this entire room is probably about the size of, I'd say about the size of two of our apartments. So like, if two of our apartments are like side by side, lengthwise,
with
that's how big this
floor plan.
With an open floor plan. Yeah, no bedrooms. Opens up at the base of these. Very large room. Across seems like another doorway that has stairs that circle around, and on the edges, all four edges, there's like a kind of arcs that kind of do like a pathway of arcs that kind of do this, and they have like probably about walls about here to here that are wide, and then it arcs back up, and the center of it looks like it has a second floor as you go like back up. It looks like there's something very similar, but just one floor up, which you would have passed by, but there's no entrance to that second floor. And yeah, in the center, you can catch a peek of what looks like. It's very strange because like in the center, you like I like to assume that you walk into the vision of this area and immediately see what I'm about to describe. You almost see a throne made of like a white. Yeah, I heard that too. I think someone just died above us. Are you okay? But it's like made out of like you know how the Game of Thrones throne is made with like a bunch of swords. It looks kind of like that, but out of some like kind of whitish material. You only catch a glimpse of it as you have to jump back into hiding. There's a man sitting upon that, and like 5 chairs on each side, uh, with people sitting in them. And then you saw the group that you watched go down there. 3 dead bodies lying on the floor in pools of blood, and you also see Sylvester in the center on his knees, and you hear him weeping as it echoes across uh, the halls.
Oh shit.
What does Jacob do?
I guess I need to listen in for a moment. Well, how dire does the situation look? Like, is he about to be executed?
The man sitting on the throne is sitting there calmly like this, looking down on him as he's weeping.
I guess I need to listen in for a moment.
Okay. How you're a little bit too far. Like, even though it's echoing, it's still a jumbled mess for how far you are away, because they're on the other side of this room. You'd have to get closer to make out exactly what words are being said.
Is there a way I can? Is there anything between me and them? Like tables, chairs, boxes.
There's boxes and shit. It's like big old crates on this side that you are, and then there's also all the like all those arcs I said. They're in the center of this room. The arcs that follow the 4 corners, the ones that are about this big, about body size. You can hide behind those, but you'd also have to dash in between them without being seen. On the inside of the arcs, there's no lights lit, but on the outside there is. So there's like light coming in. So if you're very good at following the darkness, you might be able to sneak, but it'd be hard. What kind of risk would it entail, my brother?
That's the question. Would it be less risky to hide behind the boxes?
Yeah, but you might not be able to catch as much of the conversation.
I see. Tricky game mechanics.
It's almost as if someone planned this.
Let's see. What kind of sneak roll could I make? Now, what did I roll earlier?
Ooh, it's hot.
For sneakage.
What did you roll for earlier? I mean, you were doing a performance, so this is definitely different.
Yeah.
While you get that, I'm gonna go